Hey, oh, I think I'm now recording. You have to hold one of the buttons. Otherwise, it's just the camera's on, and then the camera went off, I guess, if you're not taking any pictures. Now it tells me it's recording. So, hey, guys, I got to go through all that again. So, you're probably like, he's on a dirt road, which isn't unusual, but you'll see I'm using the new SENA 10c. I got a call right before I took off when I had the helmet on, street jacket on, and the wife said, do not take US 24 up to Woodland Park from Colorado Springs to Woodland Park, Colorado, because it's a parking lot. Okay, she was like, hey, take the dirt bike or the Jeep, and, you know, you'll probably want to take the dirt road up that I'm on now. Well, I've been on this before on this bike, and I have a lot of dirt experience, so I'm not too worried. I'm already a little ways in. The road itself is not that long. It's like 20 miles. I think total from my house to Woodland Park this way. So, I'm not too worried about it. Hopefully the camera's pointed the right way. This is the maiden voyage for the SENA 10c. So, I guess we'll see. I hope it comes out because, you know, like I said, it's the wife's bike. Apparently there is a lot of traffic today, even on this. Of course, see, I understand about standing on the pegs and stuff when there's a bump like that and just float with the bike. Of course, I just have street tires on this. You know, this is not an off-road bike. If you're wondering what bike I'm on, it's the 2015 Yamaha FZ07. Who says this isn't a dirt road bike? Well, probably my wife. Yeah, I still have the turn signal on. See, I'm not used to turn signals on bikes anymore. I used to be a turn signal Nazi about always checking it. Now it's just like I don't really look. Yeah, I'm in first. First seems like can be kind of low on this bike. Because I squelched the tire at turning to get onto the interstate on the on-ramp, but because I downshifted, guess I went to first and I wasn't quite slow enough for first, but it's okay. The rear tire sliding around doesn't really bother me, as you could probably understand why. Riding these type of roads on a dual sport, you kind of get used to that. And I know this road well enough. I would never advise somebody to take their street bike on a road like this. And I've been behind cruisers and stuff, and they're like, oh my god, they're going like 1 mile an hour. You get behind them, they don't know you're there, which, you know, you would think common sense would tell you, check your rear every few minutes, because you're probably going to have somebody on your ass. Wonder if I see any dual sports out today, which would be pretty cool. I already passed a Jeep, so actually it was nice. He pulled over. Which I'm surprised, because if I saw a street bike, my first instinct would be like, nah, he's gonna start going slow. You know. But that was nice of him. Florida plate too. Usually you don't get the tourists being so nice. Especially from Florida. If you've ever been to Florida, people don't really help you out much. You're on your own. My own bike. He probably doesn't even hear me. Yep, I'm in first still. put the foot down. Just these idiots that park here. I really wish they would enforce the parking. I mean, that. Imagine you're a big dually. You're coming this way, and there have been people with campers and stuff, and now you got to squeeze by them all because they're all about meeting that trailhead. It's like, come up here and park and walk down. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I'm not riding crazy. Actually, the one time I did come down here on this bike, I was coming from Woodland Park back to Monument, and yeah, I had a few drifts around corners. It was fun. Also kind of stupid. Yeah, you always want to hug the corners on this road or any mountain road, really. Unless you want to play Russian roulette, but I've seen bicyclists come hauling down, cutting the corner where I'm like, I mean, they almost hit me and I'm on a motorcycle, and it's like, if I was in my Jeep, you'd be a foot ornament, and it wouldn't be because I was going quick. It's because you're being an idiot and taking a chance that no one's going to be there. This is not like some remote road where you could get a false sense of security. I guess maybe a city slicker thinking this road is not that well traveled. Oh, I'm in the country. What's the likelihood? I've also seen vehicles like cut the corner coming downhill. So I try to stay in the ditch. It gives them a place to, they can still swerve to the outside. I've had a guy, I was in my Jeep coming up, I had a guy in his Jeep, more than, he had like 3 feet to the shoulder. He had 3 feet to the shoulder, and he actually stops and then says, "Can you move over?" And where's my tire? My tire's up on the bank to our right. I'm like, I look at him, I just shake my head and say, "Get off the road if you can't drive in the mountains." You know, it's like, what the hell are you doing here if you cannot I'm going to be behind Mr. Yamaha. He's probably not going to let me around. Yeah, he's going to be... Well, he was okay. As soon as I said he's gonna be a dick, he let me around. That was cool. I mean, if you have a Yamaha sticker, you're probably into power sports. You would think you'd be like, "Hey, that guy's, I can't believe he caught up, but hell, I'll let him around." Shit, wouldn't you want to see me crash anyways? That'd be some entertainment, huh? I slid the back end out. You know, this bike is really controllable power. Obviously, I mean, I'm taking it on a dirt road. Once you get used to the throttle, it's very predictable. That car will slow up that truck some, so I shouldn't have to worry about him catching up at 32. And maybe I'm going a little quick. Yeah, the worst part on a bike like this type of tires and stuff is suspension, is the washboard. I mean, if you get to a certain speed, it's okay. But if you're going slow, it's annoying. We'll see. I don't have my GPS, but I've been on this enough. I'm not halfway yet. You know, you guys at home, be careful. Don't go out there just because you saw a guy ride a street bike on a dirt road and be like, I can do that. Believe me, the first time I was ever on like a real dirt road with turns and stuff was on my FC1, and oh my god. And it wasn't actually this one, it was actually one that was much longer, called Phantom Canyon Road, down south of Victor, Colorado, out by Cripple Creek. And it's a very scenic road. I highly recommend it. But man, I was on that road probably for 2 hours on the FC1. And even in the straightaways where I felt comfortable getting up to like 30, 40 even a few times, I was not as comfortable in the corners. I didn't understand what the bike could do. It was also a lot more power, a lot snappier. There is a thing called too much power. Do you really need 150 horsepower on a KTM Adventure 1190? Hell no. Does it make the street portions better? Sure. Can riders, the typical rider going in to buy the bike, can they use that power? No. I know all of you think you can. Yeah, I guess if you're blasting off from stoplight to stoplight, being Ricky Racer and stuff, if that's your thing, hey, that's cool, whatever. I mean, people like drag racing, people like high speeds, people like, just tooling around and sightseeing. Whatever floats your boat. I used to be the guy that liked all that, liked speed, liked going fast, liked the 0-60, racing a Dodge Viper at a stoplight and then talking to the owner, That stuff was fun. As you get older, you realize, there's a lot of close calls I've had, and a lot of stuff. I mean, I once did a wheelie because some kids asked me to on my FC1, and I fucking almost biffed it. I mean, I landed my nuts so hard on the tank. It hurt. I wanted to cry, but, you're fucking in traffic, you're on a main road. Well, just let me around. Like, really? See, you get people like that fucking clueless. Don't know why they're stopped. Taking a picture of a deer off the side of the road? I don't know. I was busy talking. I didn't really care. I'm going so slow. I don't feel endangered by a deer if there was one. So I didn't really look for one. But first instant, it's like, why is there a truck stopped in the road? And then he sees me and starts going. It's called pull over, dude. So, I almost biffed a wheelie and nuts hit the tank. And the kids in the car were like, oh my god, man. Because I brought that way up. And I was new still to FC1. I brought it way up. And, but I came down kind of uncontrolled. But I kept everything under control. I didn't crash or anything. The wheel didn't get jerked to any direction. But I came down hard enough that my nuts slid into that tank. And those kids even were like, oh my god. you almost went down. And I looked down and I said, that's why I don't do wheelies. And I never did a wheelie after that. The only time I would do a wheelie on the FC1 was when I was, say, banked over in a corner, coming straight out, rolling on the throttle, and the front end would start to lift up. I let it lift up. That's fine. That to me, at speed, that seems real controllable than right from a stoplight. So I've never been one to just do a wheelie even on dirt bikes. I don't know. I mean, I know I'll bring the front end up when I need it, but I'm not just out there like to ride a wheelie. You know, you'll see the guys that get out there and they want to play around. They do a wheelie here and there as if they're on their BMX bike when they were 10 years old. I don't know. Yeah, cool. You can control all that. That is a skill. I'm not denying that, and I find what the stunners do, that is awesome that they have that much control on the bike, and it shows you what bikes can do, what a rider can do, and yeah, you know, it's cool. It's not my cup of tea, but I can appreciate it, just like I can appreciate a lot of things in various motorsports, even if I don't get it and would never watch it or do it. And actually, smooth tires stick to this pretty dang well. I mean, you wouldn't really think so. Definitely want to watch out for sharp rocks, but this road doesn't really have any. They keep this well graded nowadays, the Forest Service, which is kind of a shame, because that means you do get people in Priuses. People, you know, I've seen people in $100,000 luxury cars come up here, especially if, like, when we had flooding and 24 would be shut down, then people will look at their GPS and see this, and also it'd be BMW, Audi, Mercedes. See, back there when I rolled on the throttle, the rear slid to the right and then to the left, and then I was straight. That would spook a new rider for sure, but even somebody that's been riding street, the sensation is very, well, it's different. I'm in first gear around that car. I've been mostly in second, a few times third. See, now another truck. See, these people really are not going fast. They just think they're going fast. Is he going to let me around? Maybe? Okay. Thank you. Give a little nod.